can I do for you, officer? And leave the... Come...
Won't let late...
Of course, yes.
Needless...
Suffice to say... No.
He's dead set on this.
Yes, indeed. Both... Another... The third, you should...
That seems like a lot. Do we I have a feeling the only people foolish enough to...
Bring it...
He's not comfortable.
It's made of musk.
This...
I hope.
It is precious.
Right.
Whatever...
Final. Thank you.
If it's... But what if the information is vital? There's a trap in the... behind... When... Loca...
Big sup...
You... This is... This trap.
Another one.
Neither. This trap, nothing. The loot.
The legend! Bottoms up, Captain!
Don't be shy to keep your...
Not...
But I've got...
Great.
No. What?
He doesn't exactly come across as responsible. Are you sure you could...
I used... At the book...
Would...
Remember?
No. But what...
That was me. Drink... Ah.
He could definitely...
Okay, you see, net worth means nothing. The whole...
You're...
But what would it cost?
Nothing. And forget about That's it. Sorry, I can all...
This is a good moment to bring up his drinking. He'll get...
Well then.
Yeah.
No need to worry about that. I've got... No. Give me...
The lieutenant...
Relax.
He turns his swollen face against the snow. Droplets of...
Exactly. Just give me a minute or two.
After what feels like ages, you hear the fence creaking as if under a large weight. Look at him. Just look at him. It's idiot Doom Spiral. He's back.
I know.
He can't even walk straight.
Of course, just...
The lieutenant...
But, if there's anything else... Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller.
The glee... You might get scammed here.
I don't... So, not much.
Don't
Shut up. I developed the paradigm. It did. With my... But now... What?
His eye...
So I was halfway done with my... I made... Natural... Out, so I made... I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, People are...
Heavy?
Just that. But when I... Anyway, so, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Yeah, but what
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
I do, but classy. The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict.
Are you
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude...
The streets are warmed by... In the harbor's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing.
Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides. What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Well, yes, but it's the man on the horse that's of interest here. A man...
The pause.
With no head on his shoulders. Wearing a found tracksuit, searching for the legendary found cap that went missing. If I hadn't lost my keys that one time, I'd agree with you. But life is a cruel mistress. Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless...
Tell him about the two feminists by...
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists.
These wouldn't...
What?
I've read the case file.
Right. Early autumn of 46. The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackened.
Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea.
The women are caught in the downpour. They act...
Don't turn around.
When she sees something. Her shriek is so violent that the resident... But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour. Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips. Her body is never recovered.
Naturally, Ula De Ponte became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. De Ponte maintained that it was the so-called head. During the investigation, it became apparent that there was a love triangle, the third party being some small-time businessman. I don't remember the exact details. The leading theory was that an argument broke out on the jetty, and De Ponte pushed Delgado into the canal, then cooked up this stupid cover story. No, she committed suicide before she could be taken into custody. They found her not a pretty scene.
Man, that's some grisly detail. Anyway, that's the story of the headless... Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost-found cap, plotting revenge. Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline.
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport.
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree. And coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and...
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
Like you could do better. Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories? No one knows. Some say he stalks Martinez to this day.
He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend.
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? Tell me if you find any. I'd be extremely... Can't really remember seeing any women.
He really has no idea. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography. What are you, deaf? Yeah, you, with a sun.
The legend! He's back!
It takes you no, your voice.
What?
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like some... A cold gut, the reeds, the console. An old... that's... this... the old... the old...
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid...
You know...
Of course, officers. Is it... No. It's the cryptid. The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan...
Mutation. All...
Until it was sighted by renowned Gotvaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe...
This renown seems a bit dubious.
Of course, sweetie. Oh,
Ramblings. Nonsense. You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore.
Where did you go?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were for years.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report.
So that's how they met.
It did, yes.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago.
Our first, yes.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered.
You're welcome, sweetie.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own.
Nothing like the grad. Good. Okay. And? Completely empty?
No locusts?
That's not...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear.
Yes. The Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news.
Another trip to the reeds.
Of course we have.
Wait, Morel. He may have a point. We have an obligation to rule out other hypotheses.
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation could there be? pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like...
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy.
A little hooligan. But what would a child...
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love...
Delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You've been more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though.
Fuck, does Kuno care? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about books.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is...
Shut up, Sid.
Now they're gonna take you to Lane prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Yeah, that's pretty lame. Sounds like art.
Oh god, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now! They're gonna make you lame!
Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack, the one with the pig's head.
Kuno
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts filled holes for windows. Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodate.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well. Oh, I'm not being sarcastic.
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the bugs.
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the night city he mentioned when you asked him where he's been. There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you.
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
Kuno made Kuno. Kuno. I fucking say I when I wanna, and Kuno when I.
This is what he sometimes does when things get tense.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno!
So that's what this is about. without a word. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white. You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
Kuno's gonna let... I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps? The fuck?
There's silence between the two children.
Fuck does Kuno... Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Hello, officer. So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect...
He has a 38-degree...
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
You can? Fine. It's better than having these people.
He wants to see this tale through as much as you.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is...
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely...
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. The man ponders his cooking utensil. He looks. Shrugging is an international sign. He smiles. It's almost like music.
Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Didn't we already talk about this? What are you talking about? My address is exactly the...
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins...
This doesn't make any... Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from? And what?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
Do you know what this is? It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was... And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney? It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer. Of course, tell me what you have in mind. A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice?
Pieces of lodestone were used as the first magnetic compasses from other name, coarse stones. That's a
10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours. Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to... Ah, yes, I was informed. It seems to be a big undertaking. What are you hoping to achieve with it exactly? Interesting. This is a small fortune waiting to be claimed. Always exciting. I'm glad to see you making...
The trap stands empty among the locusts. They're not...
Don't answer that. It was...
Her smile is weary.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really got... I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them.
Her voice is shaky.
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I...
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this?
Different? How? I'm in doubt, sweetie. It's, a strange feeling. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your child... Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. Morel's so proud of it.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists.
That I am a queen?
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything. An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care. All qualities these two seem to share.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university. Oh, of course it counts for something. But we've had our hard times too. I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived.
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted... What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably...
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory.
Rising. Unfolding from the
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary. Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gasping.
Really?
Okay, it's 11:13.
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be a
waste of a dream. A lie? Like that, she drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's raining. Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine calling.
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Test this. Hey!
Disconnect. Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
There.
The man, you do not hear the customary. Seems like it did not have time to swallow. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make. There's still some unused change in there. The machine waits for a number. You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial, then pull down on a number. Then, strange. This is not how you started before. 414-11-17-361. Yes. 451-67-451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset, an ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean. The saddest, both pitiful and terrifying. Caught ringing by the bedside of a dark but capacious. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. Calling. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges.
Hello? Who is this? No. It's you, isn't it? It's you. Dora. Who is this?
Dora. The name feels like a gift. And in the distorted distance. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that loud. No answer. You're not sure, but
You're not ominous, Harry.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out.
Because it's me. Look, I don't understand what you... Oh, God. Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours. I'm in Morova, sleeping. What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
Oh no, please stop. Please, let's just hang.
She does not answer anymore. Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money. Run to the church, home, anywhere but here.
No, listen. I can feel... I guarantee...
Hey, hey.
It isn't that... What would you like them to say? Very nice. Don't... Anything else?
it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing.
No. What do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should. Looks like our once we.
You will keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Well,
if you can't predict,
I think I see.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Or maybe not.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural heart. No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
The explosion of blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of...
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for... At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically...
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get it.
The pale? It's the end of the world. I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented, but we are beyond that.
Oh yeah, way beyond. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going. No, once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for...
3, 2, 4, 5.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me...
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops. And...
If you've got something really important to say...
3, 6, 1. Damn this!
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She's carrying a 2-barreled front loader. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentence. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the... Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Nah, she didn't crack. She's a survivor, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? My boys? What is this? I thought Titus and I... Oh, doesn't even matter. How could they be my boys when they're not even my friends? How the fuck do the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I? Now you've come from...
That did make her forgive them. A little.
What shit? I told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wanted...
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those...
She didn't hate it, okay?
I'm listening. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time. Wow. Now I'm curious. Please. Explain. Don't know it, but also, the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or
She has a point there. No one...
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
And? The gun. Trigger Happy Jacks. What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, not... Yeah, evidence. Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Plaza's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna. It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. Yes, I'm sure. And no. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. No, I did not. So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over.
That really comes as a blow to her.
Yeah, that figures. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking? No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of me.
Yeah?
More questions before doing anything.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack, huh?
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
I was, before I caught you in the pale...
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his...
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice.
Police radio?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room. lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been...
She eyes you, wary.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over... She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out.
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went...
She lied to you about that, too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be... As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this nature might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want...
fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human cannon.
Oh, fucking me.
Fucking hell. And what gets especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals.
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Here you are. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to la puta madre.
I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Yeah, sure.
She doesn't.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition?
She's not going to change her mind that. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that...
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Sure you do. I bet they're just... Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally.
I've faced worse.
She hasn't. She hasn't gone up against 3 armed people before, and she believed them.
What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... She looks at the machine.
Oh, fuck it. Problem solve it.
Ma'am, put the gun down.
Oh, yes it is.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to... You know. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives. She stares at you. Gratitude. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
Day of miracles.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness.
Good call. I would have done the same, had I not been incapacitated. Her tent. We should check it out.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. The tent looks... It reeks of cigarettes. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another...
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of them, you pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left.
We should read this immediately.
A thick journal. The cover is made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here. It's made Schnell. She's got good. The journal falls open. About two. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and...
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like...
There could be useful information about local operations in...
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, short wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some... The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as you... Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. That name isn't mentioned. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre? Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? You didn't follow through. You should have shot her in the head. Too late to do that now. Asesino grande. Better start looking over your shoulder. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. The entry ends abruptly. The most recent entry, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on...
It looks like she might have been... framed? No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us. Could have been Titus. Then again... Maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need... One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence. Stop. Now, it is time. Crisis, death. You can feel it in your blue soul. Arm yourself with anything you can, unless you have nothing. Because you didn't find your lost gun, I can talk you out of it, whatever it is. You're too likable to die. Don't worry.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. People are Shut up! Not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. There's something very wrong.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all of...
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street? This...
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. Peaceful.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely...
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like...
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
No, we have to step in. This is not going to end well if we don't. If this turns into a firefight...
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
The mercenary tribunal. My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
I think he's... No, he didn't. He's about to open fire. You can't think...
Pig, fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this.
No one is going to kill anyone.
With a wordless gurgle. You really should have a gun in your hand by now. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always... I don't know about this getting under his skin. He'll only get under your peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that. Please.
Yeah? Who did that? How fucking convenient. What the fuck? What are you doing? You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of you? Go ahead. Tell me it was the fuck.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver in the man's armored hand, swaying, pointed at her. You'd move your mouth like a fish gasping for air. The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Fuck this! Gene! Cancel Lizzie! Now!
All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
Pops, you have no idea about the rights Crenell extends to us. If I fuck and kill you, hang you to that streetlight, no one's going to give a shit about deadly.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something.
Who the fuck is...
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven.
All of you cunts inside out.
This... talking shit... won't help you. You think I care what that company cunt thinks? She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off 5 minutes. Stay cool! How is she?
I'll be okay. I'll be...
She'll be gone soon, too. Company bitch is gone. Laylee's cunt is gone. Laylee's gone.
Guys, I just getting the...
Hold your ground! Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself.
They're afraid. All of them. Trembling reeds.
Yes. So what? Nah. I'm clear as day.
Enough already! What is this?
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance.
Of course. Nothing bad will happen. Talk about his dead friend. He seems stable enough to take it. Even better, it will further destabilize him, cost him time, and maybe even lives.
Don't fucking talk to me about my brother, Loincloth.
Okay, yes.
What's that, Loincloth? I can't hear you.
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady, and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. From the corner of your... He's trying to find a straight line of sight. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it. His eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens. 0.4 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the barrel, like a honeycomb. God, you're so frail. Too frail to think. You leap left. A storm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks. The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing. Watch out. To your left.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled... Oh God! Here it comes. Death. You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it. The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. It's Titus with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip. He's not gonna make it. Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even most of what's down there. You can also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Something very... Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain.
You're bleeding out. Yes, keep talking. Stay awake. Look at me.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away. Almost gone. No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody... There is no room for hesitation.
This is death. One more door. Brother, you already were. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs.
There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it.
The engine of a...
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never...
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It's nothing. You're alive.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet... I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Pity? No need to take it back, Lieutenant Yev. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water. It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour.
Dramamine? Then it's not that bad. Neither surgeon...
What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. As retaliation, their rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me.
This is not the first person to die.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital. Yes, you were bleeding out by then. You won. I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened. Yes. He's in a private hospital across the river. Crenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out
There is unveiled.
we won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage. Five. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Titus. And Elizabeth, too. Elizabeth Beaufort was her name. The gardener. No, she bled out before Everard's surgeon could help her. Everard sent his personal doctor, but a costly loss for the Union. She was being trained for leadership. She never had a chance. She should not have been there in the first place. There was no way to convince them. All. Yes, officer. 7 people are... But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not mattered. And we...
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries. We will see. No. I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. I'm sure that...
No, they would be here if they were truly worried. Sorry.
I did. No need. Not very. I have a concussion from the Major beating me with the butt of... Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me. Easy now.
You can take it. Just don't lean on that leg of you.
How are you? Your disco days should have been done quite a while back. I honestly don't know. We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is out. Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. I don't know. That's be... What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not...
He's wrong.
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even...
That does make some sense.
We could find thousands more if we wanted.
But they seemed so mysterious. There's a little Paul. He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
I'm listening. I'm ready to hear what you think about solving crimes now. It really is
He sounds... That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to... Good.
Ballistics. In Clausia's room. Do it properly. Also, it's just close enough to enjoy the walk.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through.
The bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean. You see the reflection of your face in the mirror. So the bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you... These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases.
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky.
The medicine cabinet is empty.
Mm-hmm. She said...
Next to the stack of bills. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S.
A gift. I am not drawing my gun, yet. But I don't like gift.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his... Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay?
It's hardly...
This window is pristine, at least on the inside. A red thread has been taped to the glass.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling. The woman is on her. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in. The red thread bisecting the room shows the trajectory from the roof outside. Location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death, maybe if you extrapolate all possible points of origin first, the thread will make sense. Ruby ruled this out vehemently. The shot would have been heard from downstairs, where no one heard it. The likelihood of A prime, the shot had to come from a greater distance, beyond A prime. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, this would explain why no one heard the gunshot. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could. 1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinez perhaps. There, the shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window. Between roof, then there's the thread the witness left. She did have a first-hand view of the event. Perhaps she found something. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point, the island in the bay.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. She was there that night. She would have known precisely.
She had a long time to...
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I don't know. At this point... So...
For a second he seems... tired. The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course. The village.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. Defended may be putting it a bit generously, though. I had a great view of you doing nothing to stop those psychopaths. Then I crawled inside. Bullets started flying.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad...
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also,
He means it. It's not just boasting. It's something he...
No problem. They'll come back. They'll...
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye,
Seeing you.
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon.
Huh? What?
He's very...
Our condolences for your losses.
Does he look like...
He does not. His unshaven face is almost grey, and while still alive, he has abandoned his own body to decompose.
No shit, Mullen.
Titus is fucking dead.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy boys? Look around you, man. This shit is done. Done? No, man. I don't know. I guess the Union will still be policing the neighborhood, but who's gonna do it now? Tiberius, he don't want to get mixed up in our shit. Titus, but he's got his window fitting business, a wife. Damn songbird of misery, that one.
And do you have any information?
God said she took off sometime before the firefight. That's all. Trying to remember if the... Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. Both of you. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight.
That's kind of you to say. Take care of your friend.
I will. You take care of yours.
A sharp pain shoots up your side and into your stomach.
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool. Cool. That's very cool to Kuno. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Feels good for some reason.
Who knows?
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible. Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they...
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Hilaire. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got to... If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two.
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
Nothing. Just ruins. Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communard?
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a...
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying day.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and stuff. The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do. Please be conservative with the fuel.
scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
I'm that iron. That's, nothing. It's just a seaford and some plants. And we make a fire. Gather the...
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war.
I don't know what those are. They're lights.
They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like... Yes. I don't know.
Did you mean there are...
Yes. No, he doesn't live. No, he lives there. Been there twice, too. He doesn't live there. He isn't there some...
Anything?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Our father didn't say that. He didn't.
A dull pain flashes through your mind.
I'm sorry. There's
Lights, fire guy. We should check up.
A skiff. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. Have you made all the necessary... Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this. The graffiti. This was Cindy the Scout. The lieutenant.
Looks like it, yes. And
heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rises from the burning. The lieutenant has taken a small step. The flames.
Let's go to the...
Slowly, the flames subside.
Excellent. This was an especially
dazzling. It's like you have a pair of time. scaffolding around the old monument. Petrol reeves cluster the monument in gloves.
A fitting testament to the lives lost.
That's a variation of the Stations of the Breath. It's used when the body of the deceased is not available to hold a hand against. He holds the position.
Detective, I have a few questions. About this pursuit of wealth, pursuit of recognition.
He nods, eyes still on the veiled apparition above, on the troves.
Why did you do it? I don't think anything. One more question, if you don't mind. Was it all worth it? Ah, yes. All right, shall we? We still have some things left to do before we can go home.
The roundabout is quiet, almost. The flowers lifting him in requiem, starting to wilt. Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Something is wrong. No reply.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That's no more dangerous than stepping between three armed mercenaries. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The streets seem... You can try calling again. Just don't mention the trip.
They're shutting you up. Silent. Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat. In the cabin, you see...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Well, there's been some talk, sir. I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over. Roger that.
Hi again, gendarme.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Boyaderos.
Yet you leave. It goes back to hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting eaten. No, man.
He says it matter-of-factly, like it's...
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you... I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our... I'm sure I'll be luckier than you.
Here he is, the man, the reality. Great!
He's struggling to cover up his nerves, now that...
Well, no rush, but it'd be good to know what you make of it when you get a chance. Yeah, 2 secs. Right, let's hear you then. I put a lot of work into that project, Tequila. A lot of work. Had to bring back my hustle game and call in some old partners to pull it off. So come on, tell me what I want to hear. You love it. Shit, Tequila. Give me more, give me more. What do you like?
Picking the right praise to give is just as important as picking the right critique. People shape themselves according to any and all feedback they get.
That's how I roll. Best results at a low cost. Bet you're glad you hired me as your personal brand strategist now. So, you bet your ass I will. Tequila Sunset is just getting started. No. Thanks for this, boss. Just what I needed. Is there anything else I can do?
Oh, hey, man.
You close your eyes and dream of the
But just...
You're aching.
I hope you're not trying to die.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your eyes and dream of the